What's up, the boys and girls? Your bitch is back with another YouTube video. If nobody touches people, say I'm telling that you are now. I'm whispering because actually I don't know why I'm whispering because it's 11 o'clock. As y'all can tell by the title, wait. If nobody touches people, say I'm telling that you are now because girl, you look good. I don't give a fuck what Susie say down the street. That bitch look a mess. As y'all can tell by the title, I'm drunk. I'm drunk. I'm not gonna lie, I'm drunk. But I've been trying to lock in with the consistency because it's December and Vlogmas ain't for me. Because it's December and Vlogmas isn't for me, as y'all already know, who've been watching me for years or subscribed to me for years. But I've been trying to be more consistent on December. Not saying that after December I don't plan on being more consistent. As y'all can tell by the title, this is a story time about the time my boss hit me. Now before y'all hating ass bitches in the comments, why are you drunk telling this serious story time? Bitch, because I laughed through my trauma. That's why. And I'm not the only one who do it, so hop off my dick. That's what I used to say, right? Hop off me? Yeah, hop off me. But yes, as y'all can tell by the title, I am telling a drunk story time about the time my boss hit me. Before I get into the story time, I do want to give a disclaimer. This is not me shaming my upbringing, because I know there are some of my family members that do watch my YouTube channel. This is not me shaming my upbringing, shaming anybody that was in my upbringing. This is me simply making a joke out of a story that I could be telling in tears that I don't want to tell in tears. So we all cope in different ways. Not trying to say I'm an alcoholic, so don't try and be in the comments and trying to be funny because girl, I'm far from that. Don't ever play with me. Anyways, let's get into this motherfucking story. So this story takes place when I was 13 years old. My mother, she always hated the fact that I was a homebody. Like, growing up being DL, for those of y'all who was growing up being DL, y'all know what I'm talking about. We not into sports, we not into doing Boy Scouts, we not into doing like martial arts or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of was big homebodies. It always bothered my mom. You know what I'm saying? So she enrolled me in a lot of stuff growing up. She enrolled me in Boy Scouts. She enrolled me in karate. Yeah. So when I was 13, she was ready for me to get a job for whatever reason. So she enrolled me in, not enrolled me, but she been basically. I'm not sure if y'all have one in y'all city, but there's this thing called a public market here, and it's like a place where it's a bunch of vendors selling corn, shirts, hoodies. Like, if you have a public market, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not about to explain what the fuck a public market is. There was a man here, an older man. Let's call him Mr. John, girl. Oh, I'm drunk as hell. Mr. John, right? So Mr. John was the corn man at the public market. He sold corn. I think it was corn and like Brussels sprouts. I think it was just not probably just corn though. I'm probably just a little drunk, but I don't know. It was just corn. So my mom had me and my favorite cousin Amaru. Shout out to him. He's been on one of my YouTube videos before. I'll put the clip right here. The black guy, obviously, because Amaru is a boy's name. My mom and my auntie basically, sent us like, hey, you guys are gonna go work with this man. Start making some money. Y'all 13. Let's do this. Like, y'all getting older. Let's put it out. So when I first met Mr. John, he seemed like typical older black man. He was a little southern, so I was assuming that he wasn't from here. Obviously, he was, he had that southern accent. He said shit like shit. You know what I'm saying? He was funny as a bitch. First impressions, he seemed cool. Just an older black man, girl. I don't know. So my first day working with him, the first day me and Amaru working with him, who's my favorite cousin in the whole wide world. Shout out to Amaru. My first day working with him, our first day oh girl, I'm drunk as fuck. Our first day working with him, basically we went to the field. He took us like everybody has one, a country part of our city, and we was in the fields picking up corns and shit. You know what I'm saying? As time went on, because I only worked for him for like a month. As time went on, I realized that he was just a little fucking mean, which I wasn't tripping about. A lot of older black people, older people in general. I'm not gonna say older black people. Older people in general are just fucking mean. So you just growing up, when you used to it, you used to it. It's what it is. What it is. So growing up, I realized that he was a little mean. Like he was very aggressive. Like telling us that we weak, telling us that we weak if we can't carry the corn in the baskets and shit like that. Because the job itself was us with him in the field picking the stuff. So he would be picking corn in like a cornfield, and we got a bucket, and we walking towards him as he picking the corn. He throwing it in the bucket. All right, take it back to the truck, pour it in, come back, boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? He was just an asshole. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I didn't take it too personally until, the story time that I'm about to tell you about. I didn't take it too personally. I just felt like he was just an an old ass mean black man, like from down south, girl. I wasn't tripping. So it went on like that for a little while. You know what I'm saying? It was regular for me. You know what I'm saying? I'll never forget the day, because he, like I told y'all, he lived in like I'm drunk. He lived in like the country part of my city. So like, why the fuck my cousin? Why the fuck? Shit. Why the fuck my cousin, right? So he had chickens. Why the fuck my cousin was running from them damn chickens? He ran past me. I said, "What you running from?" He said, "I'm running from them fucking chickens." I'm like, what? They chickens, what they gonna do? What the hell? Oh, shit. Anyways. But yeah, everything started off regular. Like, it wasn't too deep. It wasn't too aggressive. He was just an old, mean black man that I wasn't, whatever, I wasn't tripping about it. So, with that being said, time went on for a month. We was collecting corn. There were times where Amari would work and I wouldn't work. And, most of the time we worked together. But, it was every once in a while type of thing. So, one particular day, Mr. John he left us in the field. Like, he took us to the field to cut pumpkins and snap peas, I think they were. Snap peas are like green beans or some shit like that. Like, he had to give us the pliers, and put them in the bucket. Right? So he left us to do that. I'll admit, he had us working all day that day. It was summer. It was like August. It was hot as shit outside. So we sweating in our t-shirt and shorts. So we got a little tired. So he wasn't moving as fast as he was. We must not have been moving as fast as he wanted us to move. So he left us there and was like, "Here, y'all do this. I'm going to be right back. I want, just make sure y'all da-da-da before." So he left. Me and my cousin, we sitting there, because that's my favorite cousin. Again, shout out to him. We sitting there talking, laughing, kikiing, as me and Amaru do. And we, he gave us the pliers, so we just cutting pumpkin, boom, bucket, cutting pumpkin, but we not moving fast. We're 13. Girl, we sitting there talking, you know what I'm saying? I was out at this time, by the way, just really not out to Mr. John, because it really wasn't his motherfucking business. But out to my family, so we just talking, cut, pumpkin, boom, get the green beans, boom. But we not moving fast because it's hot as hell outside, like I said. Girl, I said that like 3 times. You could tell I'm drunk. Anyways, as my wife would say, So we sitting there, and we doing that. So he comes back. And like I said, we wasn't moving at a really reasonable speed. We was just really fucking tired. So he pulled back up and he like, no, whoa, hold up, I'm forgetting the whole part of the story. So before he dropped us off, he was upset with me because I wasn't moving as fast as he wanted me to, right? And he had like the little plier cutter farmer shits in his hand, and he was yelling at me because I wasn't moving as fast as I wanted to. And he was like, "You see these shits right here, boy? I will neuter you. What is you talking about?" And to y'all might be like, "Oh, well, it wasn't like he was like." It's not that big of a deal. It was to me because obviously I'm 13. I don't know this man from a can of paint. My mom really. No, again, no shade to her, my upbringing, or anybody that was there in the situation. It was really more of, I'm putting you with this man to work, do the work. Is my camera crooked? Girl, I'm not tripping. But yeah. So with that being said, he had pushed. With that being said, so basically he had told me like, "You see this shit right here, boy, I will neuter you," and he pushed me, right? And the push, I didn't take to offense, you know what I'm saying? I kind of gagged at first because it was kind of just like literally, I kid y'all not, y'all, right here, I will neuter you. The hell out the way. Alright. I wasn't tripping about it. It was just a push. It was a hard shove because I almost fell, but it was like, alright, whatever. Fast forward to when he dropped us off and then he came back. I'm sorry, I messed up the fucking story. I'm a little drunk. He fast forward to when he dropped us off. We wasn't moving fast when he came back. He came back yelling at us, "Y'all ain't do no work since I've been gone." Da 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 da. Right? And he said, He said to me, your attitude, da 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 da. I'm tired of you, boy. You bitch, he punched me in my motherfucking chest. And I gagged because he actually, it wasn't like just like a shove in the chest, like a little. He punched me in my chest. Like, you know, when you, for those of y'all who've been punched in the chest, you know when you get punched in your chest, you feel it in your stomach? That's literally what he did. I almost fell over, right? So I was kind of stunned for a second, right? And he was like, "Yeah, I ain't do no work, da da da. Yeah, so disrespectful, da da da." So he called my mom. Anybody that's from a black family know that once you call a parent about your kid being disrespectful, they minority parents don't negotiate. They always team adult, and it's no shade, but it's the truth. So he called my mom. Miss, you know they up here not doing no work, being so disrespectful to me. I left them here and they ain't doing lick of work. And then my mom on the phone like, Jameer, tomorrow, do I need to come up there and whoop y'all ass? Mind you, I'm already crying because he punched me in my chest. My cousin is like, no, auntie, we don't need you to come up here. And then I'm like, no. And then she's sitting on the phone, don't be disrespectful. Da, 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 da. After that, he has us pack it up. Like, he's tired of us. He's tired of looking at our faces. Da, da, da. He said to me, like, I'm so sick of your attitude, Jameer. I hope your mom beat your ass. Da, da, da. I would pay to see that shit. Your attitude is so bad. Da, da, da. Mind you, I didn't have an attitude until after he hit me. I don't know you from a can of paint, my nigga. I don't know nothing about you. We not friends. You're not a family friend. My mom literally introduced me to you like a couple weeks ago and said, you're going to work for this man. And you decided to put your hands on me. Who the hell do you think you are? Now, I'm aware that in the black community, you know, in the minority community, it's like anybody has free range to whoop your ass. Which I was familiar with. You know, my neighbors whoop my ass or whatever. Because my neighbor, like I told you on previous story times, I'm drunk. I told you on previous story times, my neighborhood is like a little village. Okay, cool. But I don't know this man from a can of paint at all. And for you to let him put his hands on me really pissed me the fuck off. But whatever. Not saying that my mom expected that to happen, obviously, but you know what I'm saying. In a kid's perspective, that's what I'm speaking as. Oh, I'm drunk as fuck. That's what I'm speaking as in the 13-year-old's perspective. So he wants us to pack it up. He has us pack it up. Da da da. He takes us back home. My mom calls me into her room, right? And I'm like, I'm thinking of course she wants to, ooh, has it been cricket this entire time? It's fine. She calls me in the room and she calls me in the room, so I'm in the room by myself, and she come in there with a belt in her hand, and I'm kind of gagged, because I'm like, the fuck did I do? But she got the belt in her hand, and she like, you know, you being disrespectful was not okay, because everybody knows if you be disrespectful, you getting your ass whooped. It is what it is. Fun fact, that was my last whooping I ever got, LOL. But anyways, do you have time to disrespect Mr. John? Like, I'm tired of you being disrespectful, da da da. Mind you, I don't know what the hell she's talking about. I really don't. So usually, especially for those of y'all growing up, you know, growing up old school, when your mom says something, that's it, that's all. You don't say nothing back. You don't stand up for yourself. It's kind of just like, whatever. Da da. But I had to tell her what was going on. But I really wanted to tell her what was going on down at that field, because I felt like, you know, like I said, you know, our parents. They real quick, they team adult. Whatever the adult says is what happened. But it's not what happened. Because she made it seem like I just had an attitude and I was just being disrespectful for no reason. And I didn't, that's not what happened. So I explained to her because she was like, basically, pull your pants down. But she was like, yeah, pull your pants down, I'm about to whoop your ass. And I'm like, can I please explain to you what happened? Right? Like, because she didn't even, like I said, she didn't know nothing. She just knew Jameer being disrespectful, so he needed whooping, da da da. So she's like, okay, yeah, you can tell me what happened. I'm pulling my pants up, and she's like, oh no, you still getting your ass whooped, but I'm going to let you explain. And this is me sharing my upbringing. I'm telling you my perspective. I'm telling you how I felt by the perspective of a 13-year-old boy in this situation. So I told her, I said, like, he's hitting me. Like, he hit me. He shoved me and he punched me in my chest. And she was like, okay, you don't gotta work for him no more. And I was just telling her, like, how he's actually really fucking mean. Like, this old ass man is not no nice. I'm keeping your kids in check. I'm keeping your teenage boys up afloat. He was a genuine dickhead, like a genuine asshole. And she was like, you know what? You ain't gotta work for him no more, right? So then I told her everything that happened. Basically, that's all I remember saying. Because again, I'm drunk, but you know, that's all I remember saying. And she was like, "Okay, well, that's fine. You ain't gotta work for no more. But turn around, you about to get a whipping." So you know how it is, girl. I turned around. She walked out the room. I pulled my pants back up and I left back out. I never went back to work for him again. I never saw him again after that, which is so crazy about this because Amaro ended up still working for him. I never saw him when I went because I would go to the public market with my mom every Saturday because I'd be wanting to get out of the house. I never once saw him again, which obviously my ass wasn't complaining. So
my chocolate drop said, "Send me the vids."
Sorry, y'all. I was Lauren earlier. We both drunk as hell. Oh shit! Look, I'm fucking tilting that shit. But yeah, I never saw him again, which, thank God. I honestly don't know how I'd react if I saw him now. That was back during my weaker days. I gotta say, if it was me now, like as a 22-year-old man, and he would have punched me in my chest, I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't promise y'all. I'm not even a fighter, as y'all know. I would have swung back on him, because don't put your hands on me. I don't care what my mom is okay with you doing, you're not gonna put your hands on me because I don't know you, sir. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, oh, girl. Looking back on it, I'm so angry, but like I'm a little drunk, so I don't feel all the emotions right now. I probably won't even remember making this story time, but I'll edit it and shit. But bitch, I never filmed a drunk story time before. I really hope my camera not crooked. Oh, look at all this behind that. Oh, girl. That's it for this YouTube video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe so you can be glamorous like yours truly. Ooh. Don't forget to love yourself first and always. Remember, don't blend in, pop out, because normal is boring. Until next time, if your boss hits you, smack that bitch back. ASAP. No Rocky.